On episode 12, we have a bad-looking quick list. We discuss the VR explosion. We talk about some good and bad gaming experiences. And we dish out some fun gaming facts. Sit back and relax, because you're listening to episode 12.
Activating Dragon Power Protocol in 3, 2, 1. Initializing host sequence. Player 1. Select your host. Brian.
Solid choice. Let's fire it up.
Player 2. Select your host. Connor.
Oh, yeah!
Host sequence complete. Stand by for podcast.
Dragon Power!
Hey, everybody.
Hello!
Welcome out to episode 12 of the Dragon Power Podcast.
Power. Alright.
My name is Brian.
I'm Connor.
Yes, and it's going to be an okay show today.
No, it's always amazing.
Oh! Well, then I retract my previous statement.
Thank you.
It's going to be awesome. So, yeah, we've got some good stuff going on today. Connor, you're dressed awfully strange right now.
I am semi-dressed strange. I guess I'll use this to segue into my week.
Yeah, sure.
I'm dressed as Big Boss right now, or Venom Snake from MGS5. If you follow us on Twitter, I have a picture up. But I'm going to MTAC right after this, or I went yesterday, and that's going on this week.
Yeah.
I'm super excited, and you guys may have seen me there yesterday, or I guess by the time this goes out, the whole thing will be over. And if you see Big Boss, that's me. So come say hi.
Yes, go up to Connor and be like, "Oh yeah."
I'll know what you mean.
He'll know what you mean.
Then I'll take a sick picture with you because I don't have any money. But I mean, like, otherwise I'd give you money. Just kidding. All right. But other than that,
that's awesome.
Other than that, I played in terms of video games. I played Zone of the Enders. I'm on the last boss. I just kind of stopped because I had stuff to do this week. I don't like a very final boss, Anubis. That game's awesome and not awesome. It's weird. Like, I love that game, but there's some parts in it that are just like,
Zone of the Enders 2, you said?
Zone 2.
Okay.
That being said, infinitely better than the first one. I have a couple quotes here, actually.
Uh-oh.
In terms of the voice acting is probably the weakest point. So here's a couple examples. So I have this. You use weird things. This is useful. Take it. That is a line of dialogue. Hey, are you trying to bake me?
Wait, what?
Hey, are you trying to bake me?
No, saying
And
it twice doesn't.
That's how it's delivered. And then there's, get out of my way. Find another way. It's like, okay. That being said, that is one of the best recent games I've played in a while. It's an amazing,
Sure, yeah.
Tight playing game. The controls are amazing. The game's awesome. If you guys haven't played it, I'm not sure. I think you'd have to buy the HD collection. But is it on Steam? I'm not sure. It probably is somewhere.
I don't know. It should be. If it's not, it should be on Steam.
But yeah, I'd recommend playing that game. Super good, fast-paced robot action game. Really anime, so it gets Senpai's seal of approval.
Sweet.
And then other than that, I beat Deus Ex.
Human Revolution?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I had started a game way before I got my PS4, like in October or something like that.
Okay.
And I hadn't even touched my Xbox since I got my PS4, but I wanted to complete some games I hadn't played before, so I popped in Deus Ex and I played that, and it was good. It's awesome because a lot of times in those games, those kind of like multi-path games, like I want to say BioShock, no, like Mass Effect,
Okay, yeah.
and like the way we have like moral choices. A lot of time, or Fallout, a lot of times there always like feel like there's a clear cut like way to do it, but Deus Ex actually did it really well. Where sometimes I don't know if I made the right choice or not.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
at the end, it's like sometimes I took the easy way out, and I was like, possibly I was like, did I do that?
Did I?
Like I know I shot a lot of people, but
That game is so much fun, man.
Yeah.
It's just, I love the fact that you can do a complete non-lethal playthrough,
Absolutely.
which is super cool.
You can do the entire game without being detected once.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's freaking sweet. Or you can go Rambo style. It doesn't matter. It's your choice.
That's
so
awesome.
any game that gives you that amount of freedom, and I think that's super cool. And that just makes me more excited for the new one that's coming out.
I was about to mention that, like, Mankind Divided's coming out in August.
Yeah.
It's probably
It got pushed back to August, didn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, because apparently they needed more time on it.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Because
I'm always cool for that.
I hadn't seen the gameplay trailer, and I watched it this week, and I was like, oh yeah,
That's
I can
awesome.
dig that. That's enough about Deus Ex. Other than that, I watched Daredevil.
The TV show?
Yeah, the Netflix series.
How is it?
It's awesome.
Awesome.
Someone told me Punisher was in it, and
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care how many episodes I have to go through. I'm gonna go until I see Punisher, and I got to Punisher. He's in season 2. Punisher's awesome. He's played by John Bernthal.
Bernthal?
Yeah.
How is he as Punisher?
Perfect.
Is he perfect?
He's like, dude, Punisher's a psycho.
Because
And-
John Bernthal was amazing as the psychotic Shane in The Walking Dead. If you haven't
Was
seen
he
The Walking
Shane?
he was Shane in The
Oh.
Walking Dead.
perfect.
Yeah.
So
So
he's
when it was announced that John Bernthal was the Punisher, I was like, I've seen that dude be a complete psychopath with guns. Perfect.
yeah,
Good
he's
casting.
just a psychopath with more guns.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. And there's talk about him getting a spin-off show, which would be amazing.
Yeah,
'cause
for sure.
I'd love a Punisher show. And also the actual Daredevil is that it's really good.
Yeah.
It's a lot more grounded in reality.
Well, that's cool.
Than
Other superhero
than
shows and
previous
stuff.
previous superheroes. It's all like it's like year 1 Daredevil when he doesn't even have a suit, and he's kind of like, and same with Punisher. It's like where they're both just kind of trying to learn how to
That's
do
awesome.
stuff. And then I actually bought some Punisher comics. I ordered some yesterday off Amazon because I'm on a Punisher kick, and I've never really read comics before, but
Yeah,
That'd be
comics
cool.
are fun.
yeah. And I've taken up enough time. So
It's all
Brian, what have you done with your week?
I choreographed a wacky line dance that's gonna sweep the nation.
Oh, what's it
Yeah.
called?
It's called the Boot Scoot and Connor.
Why am I in it?
You scoot your boots, and then you just make an awkward face like Connor.
Oh, I do make a lot of awkward faces, to be honest.
It's the best though. It's one of your
Okay.
best features. No, I I actually got a chance to play some decent amount of games this week. I went up to I'm up to.
Sorry, I was looking at your sweet Ninja Turtle poster.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
see
yeah,
that
yeah.
walking in.
Tabby
Yeah.
Tabby got that for me.
Yeah.
It's super.
That's
it's super
awesome.
dope. It's signed by the actual artist.
Oh yeah.
I want to get a frame for it. Anyway, I'm up to level 25 in the division.
Oh, I haven't even played the Division this week.
Dude, the amount of experience points you get from certain side missions, just like, have some experience for turning on this generator and shooting a big boss, and you're like, all right, cool, I'm down.
Do you want half a level?
Yeah.
Press this button. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. But gosh, that game is just, it gets better and better, man. When you start getting like purple gear, because I know the gold gear is where it's at, or yellow, whatever the actual color name is. But man, like I was using this submachine gun for a really long time. It was a purple submachine gun. It was level 19, and it lasted me all the way to level 25 because it was just so good with like the mods and stuff I had on it. But then I got that funny little message that's like, one of your pieces of gear is way too low of level for where you're at. Find new gear by doing missions and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, but I love this gun. It's like, I'm never going to find one that's this good. And I went to one of the vendors, and he had the exact same gun, just the level 25 version.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah! So I just sold a bunch of stuff, picked it up, put all my mods on it, and now I'm doing like 35 DPS, or 35,000 DPS.
Oh,
So-
I did the same thing, but with a with the bolt action rifle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
'Cause I just pop headshots. And
Yeah,
it's like I had like a level 12 and I was like level 17. It's like, hey, your gun sucks. And then I picked up a semi-auto that was exactly as powerful, but I'd be like, pop, 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 pop.
That's amazing. I also got to start playing again Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on my Wii U. And I love that game. I always forget how much I love that game until I pop that bad boy in and I fire it up and start playing it again. It's so good. That just the environments and everything. I don't know. It just gives me warm fuzzies in my tummy. I love it. Yeah, I got to show you Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've honestly, I don't think I've ever really seen it other than like snippets of gameplay. I've never really seen it played.
It's amazing, dude. Like I was like I said, I was the same as you, where I was just like, I don't know, I knew about Monster Hunter, blah blah blah. But until I actually sat down and got in the thick of it, like I had no idea how much I would be into that game, and now it's one of my favorite series. So,
to be fair, I was the same way with the Warriors games,
mm-hmm.
and then I played Hyrule Warriors. Like, this game is pretty alright.
Yeah. It just takes sitting down and hashing it out to discover whether or not I actually like a certain game. So
okay.
But yeah, so I got to do that, and then I don't know, just working a bunch
At the car wash.
Yeah. And then hanging out with Tabby a bunch. We've been spending time together, playing games, watching movies and stuff. The other day it was super awesome. She was playing Destiny on my big screen, and I was playing Mario Maker on my Wii U gamepad. We were just sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
It was just super chill.
Oh yeah, because you can do that on the gamepad.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like, this is awesome.
I've never heard of anyone actually doing that.
Yeah.
Because that's like the whole thing. Is like, you could take another room, or if someone else just use the TV.
Oh, it's awesome. It's
like,
one of the most handy features of the Wii U. I mean, you can't do it because yours is busted, but it's all good. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I did this week, man, is just pretty relaxing, working, playing just some games. Didn't really do much else, so.
Sick.
Yeah. So why don't we go straight into the quick list?
Quick!
Oh, that was way too quick.
I know.
Oh. You lied last
like
week.
The name
you lied.
I know.
You said it was going to get longer and longer, and now I don't know what to do, and my whole world is flipped upside down. Okay.
Every week will be different.
So the quick list this week is going to be the exact opposite of last week. Last week we did the coolest looking video game characters. Yeah. This week we are going to do the worst looking video game characters. Oh. This is dumbest, ugliest, weirdest, stupidest, whatever.
Yeah.
All of the above video game characters.
Things that make you angry by looking at them.
Exactly. So I'll go ahead and start this week, if you don't mind, sir.
Go ahead.
Number 5, I put Tingle from The Legend of Zelda.
Fair enough.
I've mentioned Tingle twice in this podcast so far. One in scariest video game characters, and now in the worst looking video game characters. What a creeper, man. He's so creepy.
He's like 40.
I hate it. It's like, go put on some jeans, dude. Number 4, I put Birdie from the Street Fighter series. He's disgusting.
I can totally agree.
He is a filth monster.
I love him.
Well, I mean, he's hilarious, and I just love the concept of him, but from just a purely aesthetic point of view, he is disgusting. So good job on that, Capcom, for creating a man of nightmares.
Ugh. He used to look cool. They ruined him.
Yeah. All right, number 3, I've got the cover art Mega Man from the
all right.
Now, some people will be like, well, that doesn't count because it's just cover art. Well, it does count because Capcom put him in Street Fighter Cross Tekken as a hidden character, a secret character or whatever, and he looks just as gross and terrifying and stupid. He's just like, help me.
I wish they'd do that more, like box art Bowser. It was like, wait,
Okay, so number 2, I know you're not going to know who this is. Which is why I've pulled up a picture on my phone, and I'd like to get your live reaction about it.
All right.
Number 2, I put Darlene Fleischermacher from Dead Rising 3 on the Xbox One and PC. She is a horrifying monster, and she is disgusting and terrifying. She's one of the human bosses that you have to fight. She's considered a psychopath or whatnot. And so I am now going to show Connor a picture of her, and we'll get the live reaction.
Oh no! Oh, I have seen that before. Oh.
She's the psycho boss that you fight in the buffet, and she's on one of those little like scooters.
I've seen, yeah, and then when you kill her, she like falls over on it or something.
She vomits everywhere. And it's one of the most horrific things in that entire game. Like not a single zombie is more disgusting than she is. So yeah, that's my number 2. And then number 1, I put Waluigi.
Wow.
I think Waluigi is the stupidest character Nintendo has ever created.
I've got some facts about Waluigi later, actually.
Yeah, he was a cheap cash in on the success of Wario, And so much so, Connor, stop making that
grinning
face, man.
super hard. I love Waluigi.
I hate it.
I love him because I know he's bad.
He's the worst.
He's just the best.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, so yes, my number 1, Waluigi.
Wow.
There he is. All right. Hit us with your quick list, man. Who's number 5?
All right, so number 5, I had Slippy Toad.
Ah, yes.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear you. You're like, fuck,
I
get
mean-
this guy off me. 20 seconds into the first mission. I
He
don't want
does
to hear
look
that.
stupid, though.
Yeah, he's disproportionate.
He looks ridiculous. Like, Peppy is like borderline dumb looking.
Yeah, I was about to say, Pepe's kind of
Falco and Fox are awesome.
Absolutely.
Slippy just looks stupid.
Ugh.
Slippy's stupid.
Ugh.
Oh, good job. I agree with that. Cool.
Ugh.
Number 4.
Birdo.
Yeah!
Birdo just looks dumb. Like, there's nothing about Birdo that's cool.
It's like a pink, less cool Yoshi.
It's like if your mouse is a constant,
Just lobbing eggs every which
just
place.
shooting eggs in your mouth, like you couldn't talk.
Why don't you just stop that, Birdo?
It's like, stop.
Stop it.
Next up,
Number 3?
For number 3, I have the Zora King from Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, what a gross human being. That's not a human being because it's a Zora.
It's semi. I don't know. I think one of the reasons I hate this is because it takes him like 30 seconds to scoot over so I
That's
can get
right.
to the dungeon. It's like,
I remember seeing him though and being like, "Why are you so gross?" And the entire rest of your race just like really like elegant, cool looking like
Adonis
fish
looking.
creatures.
yeah.
Like that's, but you're just this monstrous, disgusting blob who's like, "Hold on a second, I'll move. Give me a second."
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Quite a
That's
sensation when those vertebrae rub together like that, isn't it?
That is the sound he makes. Go, all right. All right. All right. For 30 seconds. Ah.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, I had Rufus.
Oh,
for a similar reason as Birdie.
From
Rufus
Street Fighter
is
4?
just gross looking.
Yeah,
Like,
dude, his body just moves when he's not moving. It's just like constant motion. He's disgusting. Oh, dude, if Birdie and Rufus were a tag team.
I'm sure they are.
That would
You
be-
know he has that Rufus alt.
Oh, that's right.
So like,
That's right.
which
That's
is
disgusting.
it's the worst alt in the game. I love Birdie. Birdie is my main.
Birdie versus Rufus would just be a giant fat slop fest.
Be like, ugh.
All right, and number 1.
Cait Sith.
Oh yeah.
I had to put it in there.
Oh, I'm sad that I didn't pick Cait Sith.
I'm glad.
You know what, dude? I think Cait Sith is worse than Waluigi.
Oh, okay. I can agree with that.
Like, I hate Waluigi, but Cait Sith is so stupid, man. Like, I love Mogs in the Final Fantasy series.
Oh yeah.
Mogs are awesome, but having like a Stay Puffed Marshmallow Mog and this little cat with a megaphone just yelling at it like the whole time, it's a stupid concept, man.
Stop.
Oh,
Stop.
stop it, Ron. Okay, awesome.
But that was the quick list.
Quick list for the week, super good. You really threw me off, man, by
So did you.
saying quick so quick.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to
was
handle
like,
it.
Just shocked your system.
I'm like the quick. Ah! All right. So let's go straight into our mini boss segment. Today we're just going to be talking about VR.
All right.
Possibilities, what we're hoping for, what we're afraid of, what we don't like, what we like so far. Any games that we would want to come to VR. Games that we think would suck in VR. So
Sequels to games in VR.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So realistically, man, like I've been reading up on this VR revolution. It's crazy. It's kind of like its own whole brand new console
Generation.
war
Yeah.
generation thing. It's like its own separate thing, even though it kind of pertains to pre-existing hardware with PCs and PS4. It's like we're getting a whole separate console war generation. I think that's amazing.
It's awesome.
That's super cool. And it's funny because I was thinking about it and I was like, the HTC Vive is a lot like the way the PS3 was when it first came out, like this unobtainable, hyper expensive, touted to be this be all end all definitive experience.
Yeah.
So eventually, I guarantee you it's going to drop in price
It has
someday, probably years from now. And then it'll be just like the PS3 where it's like, oh, $120, I can pick one of those up.
Sick.
But I don't know, man. Like I was watching some HTC Vive video footage. There's this game. I forget what it's called. I wish I knew what it was called. Basically, you're stationary. You have the two controllers. One controller has a sword, and the other controller has a gun. And you're in this giant circular room, and these like android-esque robots are just coming at you and shooting at you at the same time.
Huh.
So in one hand, you're like pew pew pew, and you're shooting them all with one controller. And then if they get too close, you gotta go all medieval on them with your like cyber katana.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool. I mean, it's definitely not something that I would be like, this game will last you 10 hours. It was definitely like shoot slash until you get bored. So
It'd be the thing you'd show to your cousin who
exactly. Want to see something sweet?
He's like, you like anime? All right.
Play it for 5 minutes, and then you're good to go, and then move on. I haven't really seen much Oculus-wise other than like the well, I'm not going to give them any free publicity, but there is a channel where kids and adults and teenagers experience things and they show their reactions to it.
Oh.
And they've had several Oculus Rift experiences on there, like with horror games and stuff like that. And those are really cool. There's again, man, I wish I knew what that was called. It's like this horror experience. There's 3 floors that you can go to, and they each have a different, like one's a haunted house and so on and so forth. So I'm really excited about horror games in the VR world. I know you're not.
I am too, for the concept. I'm never going to play one.
Yeah.
I need to be able to hit pause and be like...
Well, here's the thing. You're going to play one. You're going to play one.
I know.
And I'm going to be there
You're
with
going
you.
to make me play one.
Of course I am.
I'll probably do it on stream, if it actually...
We'll film it, and it'll be great.
Whatever, we'll film it.
It'll look awesome.
Then,
Because here's the thing. Like, jump scares still get me. Horror games will still scare me and stuff. But I love it, man. I love it. But I've never played a VR horror game, so I don't know how I'm going to react to that. I can sit on my couch in the comfort of my own home and play a horror game on a TV and be totally fine, and a jump scare and be like, whoa, oh, that was awesome. But having headphones on with my entire vision covered up by an HD screen, like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to, I'm excited. I'm super excited to try it out, but I don't know how I'll handle it.
I'm either just going to be just the worst and not do anything, or just something will click in my brain and be like, oh, I know what to do.
Yeah. So what about you, man? Like, what are your thoughts? What have you been experiencing so far with all these?
Yeah, I'm not super up to date with. I actually haven't looked into. I know I'm gonna get a PlayStation. It used to be called the Morpheus, but I think it's just called PlayStation VR now.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get one of those. I'm interested to see all the support it's gonna get from Sony.
Yeah. Oh,
because
dude.
Sony has so many IPs that you could use, and the thing that gets me is, have you seen that? You've seen that rig that people played Battlefield with, where it's like that concave thing where you run on it.
Oh yeah.
I want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care how expensive that is.
Dude, that you know for a fact that thing's gonna be like
$1,000
bucks.
Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm selling my kidney. I like that. That thing's the future. that's what, when I first saw video games as a kid and I saw people playing GoldenEye, like that was like that. The future is that, and I want that.
That's awesome.
Like it's just gonna be so cool because, like, dude, the future's now.
Yeah,
like,
I'm really excited about this, man. This is the first step into like all of the crazy futuristic stuff we used to see on all these 80s and 90s movies that would talk about what the future is going to be like. So it's kind of cool to know that this year, 2016, we're going to get a chance to start experiencing cool stuff like that.
Yeah. The next step is just Matrix style jacking yourself in.
Yeah, just plugging it into the back of your neck and being like, Meh!
Which I will not be the first. I'm gonna wait till they get all the bugs out before I plug my neural interface into.
I'm gonna wait till a couple of heads explode and they figure out how to fix it before anything like that happens to me.
But like I forget the name of the game. It was like London something.
Okay.
But you were in like it was at like E3 or something, and you were in like a car chase or something, and you had like an Uzi in one hand. You're like shooting these guys, and you run out of ammo, and it doesn't reload automatically. You have to manually open the dashboard, grab a magazine out, eject the magazine, and put a new one in, cock it, and then you have to shoot again. I was like, that sounds so cool.
Awesome.
It's like, I want gloves. I don't want the controllers. I want just gloves where I can like.
There was a demo, and it wasn't like a game, but it was just like a tech demo of it was a camera, so the guy didn't have gloves, but it was registering where his fingers were, and he was like picking up blocks and like stretching them and creating them and moving them and manipulating them to however his fingers were working, and it was super impressive. I don't know if that's going to be applied to any games right off the bat, but the fact that they have that technology now, I was super, super impressed with it. So in a situation like that, where you've got to pick up, open the dashboard and do all that stuff, man, that would be so sweet.
Yeah, it'd be dude, that's awesome. And I'm sure we're going to see some funky, I'm trying to think of the word, apparatus assassins for these kind of games where like I'm sure there'll be some kind of gun made for shooters.
There's gonna be all
think
kinds of
there already
peripherals and stuff. Yeah,
or like a sword. It'd be like just take a conglomeration of the Wii, the Kinect, and like the game, the Virtual Boy, and all like make it better, and that's VR. It's gonna be like
I'm pumped for it.
Props to Nintendo for having the foresight in the 90s of seeing where video games are going with the Virtual Boy. It sucks that it actually didn't work out.
But have you played a Virtual Boy?
Oh, I know it's terrible.
It's not good.
I know.
Like, it's one of the only times Nintendo has made something that's not even remotely enjoyable.
But they had the vision, though.
They did.
Like,
no.
I know the Virtual Boy's terrible, but like props to them for like knowing where the market was going. Like,
regardless of what people think of Nintendo nowadays, they are one of the most, if not the most forward-thinking, think outside of the box gaming company there is.
Yeah.
They've been hit or miss. But,
yeah, fair enough. But with that kind of thinking, you're gonna not gonna hit every time.
Look at the success of the Wii. I remember when the Wii was announced and I saw a picture of the controller, I was like, this is going to be wretched. Nobody's going to want this. How wrong I was. Everybody and their moms and grandparents and dogs and goldfish all ran out and got Wiis for themselves.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it just goes to show you can't really judge anything until it's happening.
Yeah.
It's in the midst of what it's intending to do. So, I think that's awesome, man.
Yeah. And like I hope Nintendo hops on the train because
with VR,
I think they're about to make a couple changes because unfortunately Iwata passed away recently, and with the new president, you're bound to get some kind of change in the company.
Yeah, absolutely. I know he's got different visions than what Iwata had, and he's even said that he had the utmost respect for Iwata, for what Iwata did, but he's obviously got his own vision and his own ideas. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Yeah. I would love for Nintendo to do some sort of VR experience.
I think we're a couple years out from that.
Dude, brain just exploded.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to excite you as much as it just excited me, but the concept, could you imagine a first-person Mario game?
Oh, yeah.
Playing from the eyes of Mario. Like running around either in a 3D capacity or a 2D capacity, I don't care, but just like throwing fireballs of your own volition and jumping.
You can pick up turtle shells.
Turtle shells with your hands and throw them and run around. That is like a Mario experience I would kill for, man. If they did it properly, that would be
amazing.
Insane. That would be so cool.
I think I'd be more hyped for like a Metroid.
Sure, well, of course, yeah. But we've already got a first-person Metroid experience.
I know, but like,
I'm just saying, like,
that Mario would be hyped.
Overall, that would be so sweet. But yeah, playing as Samus with a VR headset would be insane as well.
Boo, boo, boo.
But yeah, dude, what are you worried about VR wise?
Me personally, I'm prone to migraines.
Okay, yeah.
I don't get them a lot, but every once in a while, and I'm worried that with like that level of
immersion,
I also get motion sickness too.
Oh snap!
So like I'm just messed up.
He's throwing up right now.
Wow, I can talk really well through my vomit, but anyway, so yeah, for me personally, I think that level of like immersion, I think I'd get some kind of motion sickness.
I hope not.
My brain may be able to detach it. I'm playing video games long enough and sat close enough to the screen for long enough to like know. Like, but I'm the kid who gets motion sickness on swings. So,
however, there is that arcade over at Dave & Buster's at Opryland, the Star Wars game, where you sit in it and the entire thing is a screen, to where no matter where you look, you're looking at a screen.
Yeah,
that thing makes me sick.
Really?
That thing makes me super sick. I can't handle it. You're flying around in like an X-wing or a TIE fighter or whatever, so it's really fast paced.
Yeah.
So if it's something slower, I might not get sick. So yeah, I'm on board with you with that, man. I really would hate it if I got sick from VR.
Yeah.
But I won't know until I try it. So.
Yeah. But I'm sure they thought of that and they've done enough testing. I mean, because when was the Oculus announced? Like 2013?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think they've refined this technology enough that
Sure.
I think it might be okay. Also, I'm worried about because this is a whole new level of immersion of people, like kids especially, not being able to discern reality from video games.
Yeah.
I think that's a worry I kind of have. But
again, it's up to you parents. It's up to you parents.
Please.
To handle your child's gaming experiences. It's not GameStop's.
Yeah.
It's not the game companies. It's your responsibility to handle your children's gaming experiences. So if you decide to go VR with your kids, make sure to play some kid-appropriate, kid-friendly VR experiences and don't let them do something that's going to mess them up.
That rating in the bottom left or bottom right,
yeah,
it's
there for a reason.
My parents used it. I wasn't allowed to play Call of Duty until I was like 16.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, it's up to you guys. Anyway, sorry.
That's
didn't
enough
mean to go all like PSA.
Dragon Power PSA. But I think it's gonna be awesome. Overall, I mean, I think it's gonna be sick. Like, dude, imagine playing Doom. Like,
it'd
be,
oh man,
like
that would be
cocking
so
the
sweet.
shotgun. It'd be like,
dude, you do realize Doom comes out this year as well as PlayStation VR comes out this year.
It could happen.
It could happen.
Oh, dude, Doom comes out in like 2 months.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, May 13th. Yeah,
that's a day one buy for me.
Me too.
And
I can't wait.
Then the month after that is No Man's Sky, and then
dude, No Man's Sky VR. I'm ready.
Oh, dude, that'd be hype.
That'd be crazy too.
I'm ready to be a space pirate.
Well, all right, man. Yeah, I'm excited about the VR year. So it's gonna be cool. It's exciting to see how things are gonna turn out. If all of the launch games are gonna just be trash, place these blocks in these holes.
Like,
VR experience.
I could do this in real life.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted. You know that if once we get our VRs. Headsets and stuff, the PlayStation VR headsets, we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be
absolutely
doing some reviews on games and stuff. So
and
stay tuned for that whenever that happens.
Hopefully
October.
figure out a way to stream that.
Yeah,
I know there's ways to do it, so that'd be cool.
If not, I'll just film Connor standing in the middle of my living room being like, I don't know where I am.
Like looking around frantically, being like, And then
guess which game he's playing.
Then Brian describing like, all right, he's in the hallway. Oh, there's a ghost. Watch out, Connor. I'm like,
watch out, Connor. All right, cool. So let's.
I just like me aimlessly wandering around a room, being like, help me.
I'm excited about it. All right.
It's hilarious.
Now it's time for the news. Not the old, but the news.
You guys want to hear some news?
I want to hear some news.
Okay, here's
all
some
right,
news.
I've got news this week. So I've got not a whole lot is happening, but I've got some interesting stuff, like some weird. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, you know UFC 2 came out.
Yes.
In UFC 2, they have randomized winning animations. If a fighter does not have when certain fighters win in mixed martial arts, they'll have their trademark, they'll do a fist pump or they'll do a backflip or whatnot. Yeah. But if a fighter doesn't have some crazy thing he does, they've got just generic ones. And one of them is it's like a Christian based winning animation. They do a cross on their chest or whatnot, just kind of like a thank you God kind of thing. Well, there's a Muslim MMA fighter who saw his in-game character do that, and he didn't get mad, but he was just like, hey,
that's not right.
He tweeted to EA and was like, I'm not all about that, so can you please remove that from the game? And EA responded really quickly and efficiently and was like, we're sorry about that, and they removed it. So
that's awesome.
In a way, I think that's kind of cool. At the same time, I don't think they needed to really eliminate that winning animation altogether because
they just eliminated it?
Yeah.
Oh.
There are Christian MMA fighters.
Yeah.
So
that's a thing.
In a way it's cool. In a way it's weird.
I feel like just how hard it would be to just take the cycle of his character.
The
to
randomization just take it off of. Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
I'm not a developer, so I don't know what goes into that stuff.
Yeah.
But all right. Moving on. This is kind of weird. Dark Souls 3 can technically be downloaded right now on the Xbox One.
That's weird.
If you set your region to Japan,
Oh yeah.
you can download it, but Namco and Bandai are like, no, that's cool. Just know the game is not complete and none of the online features are available. So it might not work properly, but go ahead if you want to.
It's like how you can set your region to New Zealand and get games a day early.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Hey,
but
if you want to cheat super hard, you can do that, guys.
So I thought that was cool. I mean, I'm just gonna wait for the full experience, obviously, because Dark Souls 3 is something I cannot wait for. But I thought that was kind of neat. If you want to just fire it up and see the way it looks, I guess you can. I know you saw this. Did you see those pictures of what were touted to be the new NX controllers?
Yeah, I heard that those were fake.
No, they were definitely
okay.
debunked. They were revealed as a scam.
Yeah,
However, whoever did that made those look super official.
dude.
Super official. So kudos to you guys for getting the internet in an uproar because that looked legit. But yeah, it was some Photoshop stuff they did, and but I'm really glad that's not the NX controller because it looked stupid. Like, make my controller football shaped, please, and I want the whole thing to be a touchscreen, but I want 2 joysticks in the middle of the screen on the pointy ends.
Yeah.
Do it, Nintendo.
Make sure that it hurts to hold.
Yeah, I don't
But
want
like-
buttons. Buttons are for sissies and weirdos.
Props to that guy for spending probably hundreds of dollars on something that literally just causes chaos.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it does.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so I'm glad it's a hoax because I don't want that to be a controller.
No.
Here's something interesting. Sony is forming a new studio to make smartphone games based on PlayStation franchises.
Eh.
I don't know. Could be cool. Could be stupid. Who knows? Won't know until we try it out.
Eh.
But if they make like a Crash Bandicoot game on smartphone, I think that would be sweet. Even though that's Naughty Dog. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what comes. Sony's killing it lately.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in Sony's circle of trust right now. They have yet to do anything that's really deterred me from their visions. Okay, so I know you said you're kind of done playing Fallout 4 for now.
Yeah.
Their survival mode difficulty level is going into beta testing on Steam next week.
Yeah.
Basically what that is it's like the absolute most realistic way to play possible. Apparently there's like you have to worry about diseases.
Oh, wow.
And you can't you have to worry about eating and drinking water. You can't just stay awake 24 hours a day. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works because I know that there are people out there who are survival game fanatics who love being as realistic as possible. I personally am not a huge fan of that stuff. I feel like it just gets in the way of me wanting to run around and do fun things.
I might try it out.
I mean, I'll try it.
I know that the existing survival difficulty is not very well balanced.
Yeah.
Because it's just like...
Didn't they just boost the difficulty of all the enemies? That's pretty much all they did.
Every enemy's a bullet sponge, and there's no actual like survival. But but I'm actually interested in that because that's what I thought survival would be.
Yeah.
I might start a new profile. Might boot it up.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. I'm gonna get destroyed like immediately because I always play normal. But whatever.
Give it a whirl.
Yeah.
All right, and up next, I think we may have talked about this last week. I'm not quite sure, but it's official now. Rumors of Nintendo ceasing production on the Wii U at the end of the year was officially denied by Nintendo.
We didn't talk about this.
Oh, okay.
I texted you about it.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay, so that's why I remember having some sort of conversation with you about it. But yeah, apparently there were a bunch of articles being like, Nintendo's basically giving the Wii U the boot at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's like, no, we're not.
Psych.
We're going to keep making Wii U's until...
the NX comes out.
Yeah, I mean, like
after that,
and we don't even care. We're going to keep doing it because I think the Wii U is finally profitable.
Yeah.
Right now.
There's finally enough things that you can start turning a profit.
So, but that's cool. I'm glad because, I mean, I just recently got a Wii U. Thank you, Tabby. And I don't know, man. Like, I would be sad because it's a great console and people are just hating on it for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of things that are stupid about it.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy my Wii U. a lot.
I'm interested. I'm gonna probably pick up the NX.
Oh, of course.
I'm super excited to see what that is.
I'm sorry, dude. Regardless of what it is, the NX is a day one buy for me.
Absolutely.
Nintendo consoles. I mean, we're getting a new Nintendo console.
Yeah, like
That's
dude,
a big deal.
That's an event.
And then here's kind of a big deal. I only got 2 more things really quick. Have you heard anything about the PlayStation 4.5?
I have not, but I can kind of assume what it is.
Basically, Sony is kicking the idea around of making a more powerful version of the PlayStation 4.
Wow.
It's going to have double the processing power of the current model, and it's going to be able to do 4K gaming resolutions. So, on one hand, that sucks because I've already got a PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And that means I'm going to have to buy a whole brand new one for the PlayStation 4.5 exclusive games that are going to be coming out.
Yeah.
On the other hand, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because, wow, that sounds amazing. The PlayStation 4 is already a little powerhouse, dude.
Yeah.
It's already, like, super impressive as a console. So to be able to say it's going to be even better and crazier, I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword or however you say that.
Does your TV support 4K?
This TV does not support 4K.
Neither does mine.
So in a way, that doesn't really matter. I'm more interested in the processing power.
I'm thinking, well, because one of the requirements for I'm just going with the Morpheus because people know what I mean, is that all games have to be locked at 60. Like they can't dip below because of that level of like you'll know if it drops.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
But I think I think that might be one of the reasons they're trying to toss that idea around, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's something that's becoming more and more popular. Nintendo did it with the new 3DS.
Yeah.
And it's like I already have a 3DS.
But it was super successful.
I
And
know,
if you've played the new 3DS, it's like the load times, the boot times, the screens look great. Having that extra little joystick, like especially for games like Monster Hunter, it's worth it. It's worth the purchase to the fullest degree. But if you're happy with your pre-existing 3DS and you don't need all that extra gizmos and gadgets, then don't worry about it.
But it's just like I don't like these half generations we're starting to get to, where like the console will come out and then 2 years later another better console will come out, and then I just don't like these cycles.
Well, I understand why they're doing it, because consoles have finally gotten to a point where I wouldn't say they're on par with PC, because a fully decked out PC will mop the floor with home consoles. But it's kind of gotten to the point where the architecture of home consoles are more PC-like than ever. So it makes sense that it's gotten to a point where it's just kind of like, well, all we can really do is start upgrading hardware.
Yeah.
So
if it was, I would be fine with it if it was modular, like a PC where I could take out like a graphics card in my PS4,
and that would be fine. Yeah.
But the reason I buy a console for me personally is because
you drop the money and you're good to go for the next 7 years.
Yeah, I drop the money, I put a game in, and it works. I don't have to troubleshoot for 30 minutes trying to figure out why this game doesn't work, and find out it's not compatible with my setup.
Sure.
I don't know.
Well, there are no details on the PlayStation 4.5 as of yet, so I mean it's all speculation right now. We'll just have to see what happens in the months to come. And last but not least, this is really quick. Apparently, in an interview about all of the negative reviews Batman vs Superman is getting, Ben Affleck looks defeated to the fullest. Like Henry Cavill is like sitting there being all, well, it's not a matter of what the critics think. We want to please the fans and blah, blah, blah. And he goes off on this huge spiel just being like, we don't care. The movie's awesome. You should go see it anyway. And Ben Affleck is just sitting there just kind of like... And there's a fan who made a video of it, and they start playing Hello Darkness, My Old Friend by Simon and Garfunkel, and slowly pan into Ben Affleck's face while Henry Cavill's talking. It's hilarious.
Does it do that, and then eventually it like crossfades into the 9% on Rotten Tomato?
No, it does show the Rotten Tomato thing, but it's like all the audio of Henry Cavill talking fades out, and it just goes into Simon and Garfunkel, and then at the very end it goes and it comes back, and the interviewer's like, Ben, you've been pretty quiet. Do you have anything to say? And Ben's like, I agree. And then the video ends. It's hilarious. Anyway, so that's the news for this week. Good stuff.
Oh man, I'm sorry for that movie. That's been hyped up for years.
Yeah,
and now it's just like
it's whatevs, man. I mean, they ruined that movie by showing too much in that second trailer. They basically showed the entire ending of the movie in that trailer. So it's like, way to ruin all your big surprises.
It's like...
All right. We are going to go straight into our final boss segment.
Final!
So this will be fun. It's kind of like a game rather than a discussion. I picked 5 games that I know Connor has played, and Connor's picked 5 games that he knows I've played. We're going to throw them out to each other, and then we have to tell our best experience with that game and worst experience with that game. So it should be fun.
And neither of us know what the other one has.
Yep, I've got 5. You've got...
I also have 5.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We're in sync today. All right. So who do you want to go first, man?
I'll go first since you just did news.
Let's go back and forth. 5,
Okay.
5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Okay, sure.
Cool.
So you played Sonic 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Sonic 2
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, just on the Genesis?
and the Genesis.
Okay. So the thing I love about Sonic 2 is, or my best experience with Sonic 2 was the addition of Tails.
Okay.
I thought he was amazing. I was like, I get a sidekick and he flies around and he's super dope looking. I love this. And I had no idea he was like a small child back then. Nobody did really.
Oh.
So I just thought, I mean, nobody really knew that Sonic was like a teenager with attitude either. But I love that game because I thought the levels were fantastic and the addition of Tails was amazing. My worst experience with that game is playing 2-player.
Really?
Yes, because anyone who's controlling Tails just gets the shaft. Because the camera follows Sonic no matter what, and player 2 is just like, where am I? I don't know where I'm at. This is no good for anybody. But yeah.
Are you saying that because you were the second player?
I have played as the second
Okay.
player, and it was not fun. We would flip-flop. I'd be like, can I be
Okay.
Sonic now? I'd be like, all right, I'll play as Tails. This sounds sweet.
Right. Oh.
Wait, where am I? Stop going so fast.
That's why I love how you get in Sonic 3. You can play as you can pick your characters. You can be like Sonic,
Yeah.
Tails, or Knuckles.
Why wouldn't you pick Sonic and Knuckles?
Uh,
Sorry, Tails, but Knuckles is
Knuckles
dope.
is way better than Sonic and Tails combined.
All right, man. My number 5 for you. Resident Evil 4.
Okay, my best memory. Okay, so I used to go over before I even played the game. I used to watch my friend play it at his house, and we were like 9. We were way too young to be playing Resident Evil 4. And I remember in the canyon, like, you know, like after the not like after the village, but like, you know, where you first get the rifle.
Yes.
It's been a while since I played this game, so forgive me. And when he sniped all the dudes, or he thought he got all of them, and then he went behind this building he saw this guy go behind the building, and he shot at him. He turned around, and every zombie in the area has aggroed, and we're like, ah! We were both like, screaming like really loud. I remember his dad laughed really hard in the other room, and we were just like, it was this really long, like, it seemed like 10 minutes, but I'm sure it was like 30 seconds. But like, we fought and killed every zombie in the area, and just behind this house.
That's hilarious.
And I think the worst, I don't know, I just don't like Ashley. I think all the times
Kudos.
I've had to save Ashley from Ganados, she's like, Leon! Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this right now. Just hide in the dumpster and be
Good
okay.
call.
Yeah. Number 4, Mario World.
It's just Super Mario World?
Super Mario World.
Oh, okay. All right. First of all, 11 out of 10.
Absolutely.
But I remember going, it was New Year's Eve, and my mom took me and my brother over to this big house party with all of her bandmates and all of their friends and family and stuff. And they had a Super Nintendo in one of the bedrooms, and that's basically where I stayed. I was like, I don't want to socialize. So I'm playing Super Mario World, and I'm just doing my thing. And this older guy, he was like one of the people there's grandpa.
Yeah.
Super nice guy, super laid back, just very friendly looking grandpa dude comes in. He's like, hey, what you kids doing? And we were playing Super Mario World. He's like, oh, do you guys know about the secret? And I was like, what secret? And he was like, here, let me take that. And he took the controller. He's like, first you need a Cait. And I was like, what's happening? Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so ready for this. And he showed how to get that the ghost house secret.
Yeah, the secret area.
Yeah, where you can just get unlimited like feathers and fire flowers and Yoshis. And he like flew us up to the top, and he ran across and unlocked the secret. He's like, there you go, guys, have fun. And I was like, thank you, magical grandpa man.
You are a wizard. You are the wizard.
Oh, that was one of my favorite experiences of all time with that game because I was just so blown away.
That's awesome.
And then my worst experience was I was really young and my finger dexterity wasn't super developed yet. I mean, I was still really good at games, but I wasn't quite as adept. So the final boss fight with Bowser was really hard for me as a kid. And I remember getting so frustrated. I was like 6 years old, maybe 7. No, I was 6. And I just remember getting frustrated to the point of tears that I just couldn't get it. I was like trying to throw those little wind-up things up and bounce them off his head. Couldn't do it. And then I'll never forget it. The moment I beat it, my mom was making fried chicken in the kitchen, and I remember that smell very vividly. And I finally beat him, and I was like, Mom! And she comes running in, and she was like, what? And I was like, I beat it. And she was like, yay! And she like picked me up and spun me around, and it was awesome.
Yeah. It's funny.
So that turned into a great memory, but
Yeah.
it was the fighting of Bowser that was the absolute worst for me. I hated it.
Yeah. It's weird because we played those games roughly the same time. Because I got it on the Game Boy Advance when they remade it, and I was like 8 maybe. So that's interesting. We played it roughly the same time. But anyway,
That's awesome.
all right. What's your number?
Number 4.
4. Yeah.
Star Fox 64.
Star Fox 64. Best memory. When you fight Andross for the first time.
Yeah.
And you don't go the hard route.
Oh.
And you kill him, and then you find out he's a robot, and you're like, what? And then my friend was telling me, he's like, oh, you didn't get the true boss battle. And I was like,
There's a true boss battle?
and he didn't tell me how to get to it. So I remember I played that game. I played this game way late. I played it when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And he told me, he's like, oh yeah, you didn't get the right boss battle. I was like, what? I was like, oh, and then I remember I spent hours because I was like, I'm not gonna look this up online. Like I'm gonna figure out how to like get to the Tyrannosaurus. I remember I got to the Tyrannosaurus, so I was like, and then your dad comes out and he leads you out of Venom, and it's like, oh yeah,
that's awesome.
Worst memory, in the first tank level where you play as, to be fair, those aren't that bad.
They're not, but they're rough.
It's not Titania. It's the one where you follow the train.
Yes.
That level is the worst.
It is.
That's the one of the only levels in the game I just don't like.
Yeah, I think it's the only level in the game that I would consider like not a great level.
It's like the Titania is fine. The other one, it's just fine. But that one's just not good because you have to like press all these switches, and if you, along with trying to get to the Tyrannosaurus, you have to hit all these switches in the level, or you have to restart. And if you restart, it takes a life. And if you run out of lives, you have to start the whole thing over.
Yep.
So it's like, all right.
All right, what's your number 3, man?
Number 3, Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. Best memory of Final Fantasy VII was getting my very first summon.
Okay.
Because I had never seen anything like that before. I had just gotten used to the combat system because it was unlike anything I had played up until that point.
Yeah.
The turn-based stuff. I was just starting to get it all down, and then I got that red materia, Choco-Mog.
Oh, okay. I thought you might have skipped into Shiva like I did.
Nope, got the Choco-Mog because I remember just talking to the Chocobos, thinking I was going to be funny, and then it gave me dialogue options. I was like, what's happening? And I just kept doing it until eventually they did that little dance, and it was just like, receive Choco-Mog materia. I was like, what is this?
Why is it red?
And then I used it on the big snake, and it didn't kill him, but I just remember being like, what is this? My God, that's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I remember talking to my friend about it at school the next day, and I was like, I got this. And he's like, oh yeah, there are a bunch of summons in the game. I was like, there's more? And I just fell in love with the concept of summons.
That's so cool.
Piggyback off of that, the Ramu summon in the Final Fantasy 15 demo is the most impressive summon I've seen ever.
I don't know. Odin is like by far my favorite as of right now.
Have you seen it? The Final Fantasy 15
you showed
summon?
it to me.
It's insanity.
But it's like both of them are like, oh.
Odin has 2 summons.
Yeah.
The variations. The one where he kills if they're weak enough creatures, he just... But the one where he pierces the sky with the harpoon, super good.
Dude.
And then my worst experience with the game was I didn't understand what grinding was.
Oh.
I didn't understand why the game just got so much harder, because as a kid I didn't like hard games at the time, so I would run from a lot of fights.
Yeah.
And I would just like barely scrape by in boss fights and stuff. And I finally got to a point, it was in Cosmo Canyon. It's the boss that you fight in Cosmo Canyon.
Oh.
Couldn't do it. I was so low level, and I was like, this game, I can't beat it.
Yeah.
This is depressing. And then a friend told me, just grind, man. What does that mean? I was like, just run around in circles and keep fighting like minuscule bad guys until you level up. And I was like, you can do that? And then I learned about grinding.
Yeah. RPGs are fine if most RPGs are balanced, where if you fight every single enemy you encounter, you'll be all right. I hate that though.
Yeah.
But whatever.
All right. Number 3, Smash Brothers 64.
All right. Best memory. I remember the first time I had Melee first.
Okay.
And I went over to a friend's house the first time I ever played 64, because I'd only encountered Melee because I was like 10 at the time. And I remember this. I went to this friend's house. I was like, "Oh, you have Smash Brothers on N64?" I was like, "That's weird. I didn't know that game existed then." And he was like, "Yeah, it's okay." I was playing it, and it's not like I beat him. It was just like, that's cool. I discovered a new Smash game, I think is what it was.
Which is funny because you discovered the first Smash game.
I discovered the first Smash game. It's like I'm an archaeologist of Smash. And then the worst memory, unlocking Ness in that game. You have to play on normal difficulty, and normal's not very balanced. It's just really like tough. And you have to do normal with 3 lives.
Gotcha.
And that game, I don't know. I just wasn't as familiar with the mechanics back then.
Gotcha.
That being said, Ness is like the best character in that game. Ness, it's either I think it's Pikachu or Kirby, and Ness is up there though too.
Kirby's gnarly in that game.
Kirby's ridiculous.
I remember, just to quickly piggyback off of that, my friend Aaron called me and told me about Smash Brothers, and I thought he was lying. He was like, "It's a fighting game, but you play as Nintendo characters." I was like, "Dude, shut up. That's not real." And then I went over to a friend's house and he had it. I was like, "What is happening?"
What?
All right, what's your number 3 for me?
Number 3? Number 2.
Oh, we're on number 2?
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, one of the original 3. I can't really pick one, but like, which one had the most like stand-up memory? I'll give you a wide berth here.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll go with Mortal Kombat 2 because it's my, still to this day, it's my favorite nostalgia Mortal Kombat. The sound effects, the graphics, the environments, everything, it's just so dark and scary and huge.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and say the first time I ever saw Kung Lao's hat split fatality.
Yeah.
Where it goes right down the middle. I don't need to get more graphic than that, but I just remember being blown away by that because all I had was Mortal Kombat 1 on the Super Nintendo and there was no blood.
Yeah.
So that was my first experience with like the actual violence of the Mortal Kombat games. That blew my mind. Worst experience is Kintaro.
Oh.
Is a cheap, not fair. The programming in that game, that there's a reason why people gravitated more to Street Fighter than Mortal Kombat, because Street Fighter was a lot more balanced. Mortal Kombat, the way they programmed the fighting in that was, for no joke, for the CPU characters to react to your button presses.
Yeah.
So your buttons in certain situations would cause them to do stuff, and it made it really unfair. So fighting the bosses in Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3 were awful. Just terrible experiences.
You have to pretty much just break the CPU, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, pretty much. You got to spam.
I know what you're talking about. Because I actually own Mortal Kombat 2 on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I picked it up because it was like $9, and I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll play Mortal Kombat." It was awesome. I was fighting 2 people. I was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "I got 2 more left." And Kintaro was like, "I got 1 hit in."
Yeah.
Like, okay,
no joke.
I'm done.
He's terrifying. All right, number 2, Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, like the whole, or like the first one, very first
PlayStation
1. Best memory, I think the opening sequence.
That is awesome.
Like the very first where you come up through the water and all the credits are playing. That was terrible. Like I got seen immediately. And I was like, wing. I was like, what? And I was like running around, and then like Colonel was talking like, it's like Colonel.
Colonel.
And he was running around, and it was like, I've infiltrated people like, bah, 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 bah. Like I think he's over there. I was like, talking to him, and all the credits. I was like, wow, this is a good intro. And then like, but specifically like the first courtyard where you're sneaking around, and now you actually knew what I was doing.
Yeah. I think that was a really good call on Konami's part to like start you off in like this is basically a playground to get used to how this game is going to operate. Here's a couple of enemies, take them down.
Use the controls.
See you, this, that, and the other. So that's cool. Worst memory?
Worst memory. I can't remember which boss fight it is. There's one I didn't like. Actually, I think you have to go. There's a lot of backtracking in that game.
Yeah.
I think that's probably at least. It's nothing spectacular, but it's like you go like, all right, I'm going, and then you get to the long hallway. It's like, oh, Sniper Wolf shooting at you. Did you pick up that tranquilizer rifle 7 rooms ago through the caves? You'd be like, no. Like, okay,
better
you
go back.
And it's like, go back, and then it's like, oh, there's a boss fight there now or something. It's been a long time since I played that game. You fight Psycho Mantis the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. But it's like, oh, come on, guys. Like the pacing is perfect. Until you get there, it's like, oh.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Okay. I actually just got my copy back of
Nice.
it for the GameCube. I haven't played the PS1 version.
Oh,
and
that's
I'm thinking about playing through it again because it's been a while since I played
awesome.
it. And then number 1 for Brian is Last of Us.
Okay. My best and worst experience are the same.
Interesting.
It's the entire opening sequence
Okay.
of that game.
Okay.
Because that is the first time that a game has made me tear up since Final Fantasy VII. And that whole sequence just ripped me to pieces.
Yeah.
But it was also one of the most incredible, impactful, glorious openings to a video game I've ever played in my life. So, if that's cheating, I don't care. But
Whatever.
I could just say something stupid like, oh, well, there's this one wave of clickers that you have to fight that's really annoying. Like, no. That game is an emotional roller coaster. And
Yeah.
I love it to death. And so that's it for me.
Okay.
Number 1 for you, Final Fantasy VII.
FF7. I think I have to go with the summons, dude.
Yeah.
Either the summons or when you fight Sephiroth at the end, and it's like it plays like the theme, and
The One-Winged Angel?
You see him, and you're like, "What is that?" You're like,
So
that
dope.
used to be a human, or not? Well, whatever.
Humanoid.
Clone.
Yes.
And then it's like, I think just Odin. Like Shiva was cool. It was like, oh yeah, but Odin was like, you just see his eyes first. You're like, oh dude.
Oh, God, I really want you to see Knights of the Round because I really feel like that would take the cake for you over
Yeah.
Odin.
Odin's just sick, dude.
He
I
is.
can't.
It comes in on Yggdrasil or however you pronounce his name.
It's Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
Whatever. And then worst memory, I could say everything with Cait Sith, but that's cheating. I'm trying to think. Worst memory. I didn't really care about Eris, or Aerith, depending on where you live.
Whose name was Samuel Clemens.
But I didn't really care. Eris was
Yeah. That just goes to show that game's awesome.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I'll cop out and say some of the dungeons are kind of eh.
There are a couple of grindy spots where it's like it kind of takes you out of the immersion of like the crazy story that's happening.
The one where you find the pyramid, I forget the name of the dungeon, where you first where you get the black,
Temple of the Ancients?
Yeah, where you get the black materia.
I'm not a fan of the Temple of the
That
Ancients.
temple, it's because of the pre-rendered background. Like if that was in
Gotcha.
3D, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a whole bunch of
Pre-rendered stuff.
pre-rendered stuff you have to go behind. It's just
Sure.
kind of eh.
Cool, man. Well, that was actually a lot of fun.
That was.
We're gonna bring this segment back because there
Absolutely.
are a bazillion games that we've both played. So this was kind of cool. So as you might have noticed, I should have said this earlier in the podcast. Chris from MultiTap was not able to make it due to scheduling conflicts from both of our ends with Dragon Power and MultiTap. So we're gonna try to have him on next week. Hopefully that'll work out. So
He's actually been on the entire time.
yeah, he's
listening.
just Chris. How come you haven't said much, man? No, I'm just kidding.
He just nodded.
Anyway, so that was the final boss segment for this week.
Final.
We are going to quickly go into our free DLC segment. We're going to do something a little, I guess, normal, pretty straightforward.
We're not normal, dude. Come
Yeah.
on.
We're just going to throw out 10 fun facts of video games each.
Okay.
So I'll just plow through my list real quick.
Absolutely.
Tell me what you think. Did you know? All right, Golden Axe for the Sega Genesis was voiced entirely by death row inmates. That's on your list, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's no worries, man.
I was like, like.
If any of these are doubled up, that's fine. You're just going to get less facts.
That is crazy, though. It's like, how did he? What?
I mean,
Did they give him an extension?
why
Like,
not?
I will let you live for 2 more weeks if you do the voice acting.
Hey,
for
can
this
you just
game.
scream into this microphone real quick?
To be fair, okay.
Oh, man. All right, moving on.
Anyway,
Number 9. The highest grossing video game of all time is World of Warcraft, bringing in $10 billion in its lifetime. That is a whole lot of monies.
Oh,
So, I mean, makes sense. Number 8, the first gaming console to ship with internal memory was the Sega Saturn with a whopping 1 megabyte of memory. That's on your list as well, isn't it? Perfect. All right.
That's crazy, though.
Yeah. 1 megabyte? What is that going to do?
I can't even think of what I can do with 1 megabyte nowadays.
Yeah.
That's not even a song. Like, dude.
I know.
It had like an image, like a very low-res image.
It had like a seventh of an MP3.
A text document.
Yeah. All right. Number 7, Nintendo of America is the majority owner of the baseball team, the Seattle Mariners.
That's awesome.
Did you know that?
Is there big like Nintendo things in the?
No.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just thought that was really funny. All right, number 6. The original protagonist idea for the Half-Life games was a character named Ivan the Space Biker.
That's awesome. I want a comic about that.
And
guy.
he looked, dude. There's pictures of him on the internet. He looks like a giant Scottish. Like he's got this huge beard, and he looks terrifying.
I'm looking him up right
Do it.
now. Hold on. Oh yeah! The dude's awesome.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
Oh, why? That's the main character. I don't even care.
Yeah, Gordon Freeman's not as cool as Ivan the Space Biker.
Absolutely not.
All right, number 5. The music from the Water World in Super Mario 3 is the same as the fairy music in Ocarina of Time.
I actually knew that, but that's awesome.
I think that's really cool.
I think it's like slowed down or sped up.
Yeah,
something.
it's like recycling music much, Nintendo. God, they're so unoriginal.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
What a terrible company that hasn't held any value in my life whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Number 4. Pokemon Gold and Silver were meant to be the end of the franchise completely. It was like that was supposed to be it. Card game, plush toys, TV show, everything. That was supposed to be the end of it all.
And to some people, that actually did end there.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's awesome. That's a good ending point because those games are solid.
Yeah. All right, number 3. There's no opening cutscene in Tomb Raider Legend because someone on the development team forgot to put it in the game before Eidos was like, we're releasing it now. I don't care if it's done or not.
That being said, it does just show her on a mountain.
Yeah.
Just climbing up.
There's no opening cutscene.
I never noticed that.
Yep.
Why? Come on, guys.
Number 2, Final Fantasy VII was supposed to be a Nintendo 64 exclusive, but it would have taken 15 N64 cartridges
That's like
to fit it all on. So they said, well, we're just going to scrap the project. And Sony was like, you could put it on 3 discs on ours. And they were like, sweet.
Can you imagine just like going to GameStop or whatever was the equivalent in the 90s and just giving a box.
Yes.
Just like big FF7 written in Sharpie. You're like, thanks.
Oh, you playing FF7? Yeah, man, I'm on cartridge 9.
It's like you would get through half a dungeon, be like, change cartridges. You'd be like,
Yeah. All right. Number 1, the guy who created the Atari also created Chuck E. Cheese.
that dude is rich.
Yes.
Wow. That's
So-
crazy.
That's it for me, man. Fun facts.
Props to you for having most kids' childhoods
Yeah,
in the palm
seriously.
of your hand. Well, okay, I'll go on to mine now.
Let's do it.
Number 10, the Skyward Swords, Zelda Legend of Zelda Skyward Swords main theme is Zelda's Lullaby. Oh, if you play the Skyward Swords main theme backwards, it's Zelda's Lullaby.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy. Waluigi isn't actually related to Wario. He just hangs out with them. They're not brothers.
That's hilarious.
So Waluigi has an entire subset of friends outside of Wario that he just hangs out with.
Waluigi is just a terrible human.
I love Waluigi, dude. Like just think of that. Like he just like one day is like, "Hey, can I do some kart racing with you guys?"
And they're like, I guess.
"Why? Okay, all right."
All right.
Parthenax, whatever.
Okay.
And Mario are both voiced by Charles Martinet.
That's hilarious.
So Scary Dragon and Mario are both Charles. That's awesome. Number 7, the 7th chromosome in the human genome is named after Sonic the Hedgehog.
Are you serious?
The Sonic the Hedgehog gene.
That's weird.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. All right.
Number 6, Atari translates into success.
Yeah.
From Japanese.
I almost put that one on there.
Oh, cool.
That's a word that means success. I think that's cool.
I'm glad you didn't. The 2 best-selling consoles ever are the PS2 and DS, having roughly 155 million units sold.
Yeah.
I didn't know the DS was actually that.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know.
The DS is gnarly.
Like, that's crazy. Sega Saturn with 1 megabyte, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm just going to skip 2 because
Yeah, that's
Brian
fine.
took mine. Number 2, the average gamer is 31 and has played games for 14 years.
Huh.
So awesome.
I'm down for that.
And number 1, 59% of Americans play video games.
That's awesome. That's
a lot
more
of
than
people.
half.
That's awesome.
We're growing. We're
Yeah.
growing.
Needs to be 100.
Apparently I read something like the video game industry is like it's like a $70 billion industry.
I was actually about to put that, but it's like it's a ridiculous amount of
That's awesome.
money.
Those are fun facts. I like learning about video games.
I also enjoy learning about video games.
However, Connor, with all this
Brian.
knowledge, I'm getting tired.
Are you?
Yeah, and it's brought us to the end of episode 12.
The end.
Oh no. I'm just kidding. I'm not tired, but it is the end. Sorry.
I'm tired. I'm just kidding. I have a con to go to after this.
Yeah, you do. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and give off my sweet plugs. Go ahead and check out our friends over at MultiTap Podcast. Their links are in our description below, of course. We're going to try to have Chris on next week. So if you're interested in hearing, like I said last week, a really awesome dude who is a fountain of knowledge, come check out episode 13.
Check out that man.
Also, check out our buddies over at of-geeks-gaming, doing good stuff over there, fellas. Kester and Defense, tearing it up as usual. Their links are in our description below. Also, be sure to check out Brendan Dorman, the creator and father of the Dragon Power Podcast theme song.
And the voice of that, actually.
Yes, he did the music and the voice. I did the sound effects, and I did the arrangement of the sound effects, and I recorded Terry, and I participated too.
I just yelled, "Oh yeah!"
So go check out Brendan Dorman's Portarius music page, facebook.com/Portarius, and he's also on Twitter at Portarius Music. Actually, I think it's facebook.com/Portarius Music. The links are in the description below.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Also, check out Connor's buddy Kmall at KMA11. He is a Twitch streamer, got good stuff going on there. Follow him on Twitter for all his goings-ons.
And I have a new one this week, actually. I have a buddy I met through playing Smash. He does a whole bunch of graphic design and whatnot, and he's
Sweet.
probably going to end up doing some for us in the future. But it's Keith the Human.
The Human.
He's on Twitter. If you want to follow him, it's at PG_KTH.
Cool, and we'll have that in the descriptions below as well.
Absolutely.
So go check out his stuff. I've heard it's amazing.
Hey, Keith, he's awesome.
So awesome. That's it for plugs. What you got, man?
All right, so if you guys want to send us fan mail or whatever, you can send it to dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com. Was that right?
That is dragonpowerpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah. And if you guys want to follow us on the social medias, it's at Dragon Powercast on Twitter, and it's Dragon Power Podcast on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
You guys can follow us for all the goings-ons. I'll be putting some pictures on the Twitter of MTech, of sweet cosplays. I have to show you some. I'll probably put them up. But,
Ready?
Yeah. But yeah, other than that,
Cool.
Goodbye.
All we got, yeah. So we will see you next Monday for episode 13. Stick around because it's going to be awesome.
Hopefully with 100% more Chris.
100% more Chris. It'll be great. Thanks for listening. Take care, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Dragon Power Podcast.